Hi everyone and welcome to another video. This time this is another request video by a viewer who wished me to do something on the Emley Moor transmitting station. Just a little bit of background in regards to it before we start. The Emley Moor transmitting station is a telecommunications and broadcasting facility on Emley Moor, 1 mile west of the village centre of Emley in Huddersfield, West Yorkshire, England. Emley Moor has been a transmission site since the earliest days of commercial television in the UK. The present concrete tower is the third antenna support structure to have occupied the site. The first permanent transmitter built there was for ITV, covering much of the north of England. It had a 443-foot lattice tower, which provided limited coverage. This original 443-foot lattice tower was erected in 1956 to provide independent television broadcasts to the Yorkshire area. It entered service on the 3rd of November 1956, transmitting Granada television programmes on weekdays and ABC TV programmes at weekends. In 1964, in anticipation of colour PAL transmissions set to begin in 1966, the original 443-foot lattice tower was replaced by a taller 1,265-foot guide mast, identical to the structure at Belmont Transmitting Tower in Lincolnshire. The dismantled lattice tower was rebuilt at Craig Kelly Transmitting Station. Yorkshire Television commenced broadcasting from the Emley Moor transmitter following the reorganisation of the ITV franchises on the 29th of July 1968. The guy-supported tubular mast was constructed from curved steel segments to form a 9-foot diameter tube, 902 feet long, and was surmounted by a lattice section 351 feet tall and a gaping cylinder, bringing the total height to 1,265, in other words, big. At the time of its construction, it was one of the tallest human man-made structures in the world. It was designed by British Insulated Calendars Cables and manufactured by EMI and built by J.L. Eve Construction. Its ropes weighed 85 long tons, made by British Ropes, with steel from Steel, Peach and Tozer of Templeborough in South Yorkshire. The column weighed 210 long tons and had 375 segments, with steel from United Steel Companies at Scunthorpe in northern Lincolnshire. The mast was regularly coated in ice during the winter, and large icicles formed on the guy wires, placing them under great strain. During winter, ice often fell from the guy wires. For this reason, amber warning lights on the tower operated when ice was a hazard, and notices were posted on the fence adjacent to Jagger Lane below the guy wire crossings. On the 19th of March 1969, a combination of strong winds and the weight of ice that had formed around the top of the mast on the guy wires caused the structure to collapse. The collapse left sections of twisted mast strewn all over the transmitter site and across the junction of Common Lane and Jagger Lane and the surrounding fields. Although a falling stair cable cut through the roof of a local church and across the transmitter site buildings, no one was injured. It completely disabled the BBC Two UHF transmitter and the ITV VHF transmitter, leaving several million people without service. BBC One VHF television transmissions continue from Hull Moss. The Independent Television Authority owned the collapsible emergency mast, which was 200 feet tall, and this was moved to Emley from the Lichfield transmitting station so that some service could at least be restored. ITV signals were restored by 2.5 million viewers within 4 days. The BBC provided a mobile mast on an outside broadcast van to restore the restricted BBC Two colour service within 2 days. The ITA brought a larger temporary mast from a Swedish company. A crew of Polish riggers were hired and a 669-foot mast was erected in under 28 days at a cost of £100,000, which is around about £2.3 million in today's money. This cast could hold only one set of antennae, so many viewers in outlying areas still could not receive colour programmes. The taller mast was brought into service on the 16th of April. Some weeks later, the BBC erected a 299-foot mast, improving coverage. The accumulation of ice was believed to have caused the collapse, but a committee of inquiry attributed it to vortex shedding, which occurred after a 5-year period of low but steady wind speed, enhanced during periods of high wind speed. Damping modifications included hanging 150 long tons of steel chains within each structure were made to similar masts at Belmont and Winter Hill. None of the modified masts have since collapsed. Another interesting fact is a section of the collapsed tower was converted for use as a racing control tower at Huddersfield Sailing Club. After the setting up of temporary masts, erection of the current concrete tower began in 1969. It was not built on the site where the original masts had stood, however, but slightly to the south-east. UHF transmissions commenced on the 21st of January 1971, and the older VHF system became operational on the 21st of April 1971. Local residents did not wish to see another mast at Emley Moor, and a departure from the usual designs were called for. The new structure consists of a tapered cylindrical pillar, 902 feet tall, constructed of reinforced concrete, and is topped by a 180-foot steel lattice mast which carries the antennae. The top of the current tower is 1,949 feet above sea level due to the site's elevated position on the eastern edge of the Pennines. The tower is not open to the public. There was an observation area off the main road that runs past it, but as the 25th of February 2018, this seems to be closed. The tower has a top floor interior equipment area at a height of 1,083 feet, which is accessible to people. In 2002, English Heritage granted the tower grade to listed building protection under UK law, being the lowest and most common of the three categories for meeting its criteria of significant architectural or historical interest. So there we go, folks. There ends the video on the Emley Moor transmitting station. It is also known as the Aquiva Emley Moor Tower, should you be interested in knowing that. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do give it a like and a share, and I do hope the individual likes the video that I have done for him. I shall do the other video for you at another time. Requests are always welcome, so please do pop these in the comments and I will research anything and do my best to produce a video on it. So until the next video, take care of yourselves and goodbye for now.